Friends in North New Zealand Conference. Today, on this Sabbath, I'm down in New Plymouth, which is down the Taranaki, and it's just a wonderful place. And Tony, this is Pastor Tony Parish, and Tony was telling me that this is actually the sunniest place in New Zealand, which I'm finding it hard to believe at the moment.
It's spring, you get everything.
Yeah. But forget about the weather. This is actually a wonderful place to minister.
It is.
And I want to ask you a few questions about what's so good about this church and ministering here in New Plymouth.
Well, kia ora whanau, and one of the things I love about New Plymouth is that, one, we have a church, fantastic. We have great people who come here and worship. We have great leaders and elders and deacons and people doing all kinds of things, just as what you would expect in a regular church. But here we have some unique things, not necessarily super unique, the first one, because we have other schools, but we share a campus with the school, New Plymouth Christian Adventist School, or Adventist Christian School, get it the right way around. But then we also have a garden where we grow a lot of produce for local food bank, and we also share that with Land-Based Training, who is a kind of horticultural training organisation. Yeah. We did a work bee a few weeks ago. We worked with kids from Cass, from Christchurch,
right?
And we had a group come up from New Plymouth Boys High School, and then we just worked with some community partners. We put it on Facebook. We even had a guy just turn up. We'd never met him before. He's like, I saw the invite on Facebook. I thought I'd come up and help.
Cool.
And and so that was great. We had a berry house that's been torn down. We're going to replace that.
Right.
We're talking about chicken house, or who knows what we're going to put in there.
Yeah.
But our most recent addition is just down here.
Okay.
They go buzz, so we'll go and find them. Yeah, right over here is our newest addition to the gardens, in the partnership with Land-Based Training again, which is all these new hives down there. They're all full stocked with bees. They've already split some of the hives, which to be honest, I don't fully know what that means.
Yeah.
But it means they've now got 2 colonies out of 1, I think. And so maybe by Christmas or a little in January, we should have some good stocks of honey. We also have almost 10 hectares of farmland, native bush, all the way down to the river. So that's where it starts to get even the most unique. I don't think there's many places where the church property goes all the way down to a river.
Yeah. So Tony, we're down the bottom end of the church property.
Yeah.
And they've got a river here.
Yeah, this is the Tenui River.
Isn't it amazing?
It is. It's gorgeous. It's quiet. The city soundscape has disappeared.
Yeah.
It's just the bush, the birds, the river. It's perfect.
And you can do baptisms here?
Absolutely. This is a kind of a swimming hole. We do baptisms down there.
Yeah.
And it's deep and beautiful and calm. And then up that way, it's shallow and rocky and the babbling brook, as it were.
That's amazing.
How many churches have this? Not many. So we're just blessed.
Tony, just want to ask you about your family too. I've met your family.
Yes.
Jody and your boys.
Yeah.
Just tell us your boys' names.
Logan he's the eldest, and then the twins, Carson and Dylan, they're 10.
Yeah.
And they also like going down to the river.
Okay. Now, if you know Jody, you know that she has a different accent. But for those of you who don't know Jody, I'd like to ask you, where was your?
So my wife, she's from Colorado in the United States.
Yeah.
She, born and raised. I often say that she went from kindergarten through year 12 in America, or grade 12, at one school, whereas I did the same stretch at 12 schools. So that's a little bit of a different experience growing up.
Yeah.
But we met both at Avondale.
Right.
As you do.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, we could talk a lot about this church and all the things about. You know what? There was actually a program on Finding Home on Hope Channel that tells a lot of the stories, isn't there?
Yeah, recently it was such a blessing to be able for that to be finally released onto Hope Channel. And it really brought out some wonderful stories and connections, and has helped really instill in us a greater sense of the mission that we're doing here.
Right. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Tony, for your ministry.
Yeah.
I really appreciate what you and your family are doing here. Your church, the worship this morning was beautiful. So I've enjoyed being here with you this weekend.
Absolutely love
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah,
It's a great slice of New Zealand.
great. Thank you.